In the high martial world, everyone is desperately chasing power. But I show up in a tailored suit, carrying a leather briefcase, here to collect a debt, armed with nothing but a stack of yellowed black market debt notes. I bankrupt untouchable clan lords overnight and drag self-proclaimed gods off their thrones. The whole internet calls me a demon who destroys humanity. What they don't know is, every ounce of power in this world was borrowed from me. At the central plaza of Jiangnan City's top awakening academy, a plaza large enough to hold 100,000 people, the crowd erupts in noise. An ice-blue pillar of light tears straight into the sky, and a wave of terrifying cold instantly sweeps across the entire grounds. Chloe Chu, the Chu clan's eldest daughter, has just awakened a supreme gift. She stands like a goddess of ice and snow, her breathtaking face carrying the arrogance of someone who looks down on all living things. So this is what SSS-rank power feels like? Chloe lets a proud smile curl at the corner of her lips. From today, she will ascend to the divine throne and become a god that mortals can only look up at. But, just as the entire crowd is about to burst into thunderous applause, everything shifts. Tap, tap, tap. A sharp, startlingly clear sound of leather shoes striking stone cuts through the roar of the crowd. Tens of thousands of eyes instinctively follow the sound, and there, on the white marble steps leading up to the awakening stage, someone has appeared without anyone noticing. A young man. I look completely out of place in this world that worships martial power and battle gear. I wear a perfectly fitted suit, jet black, not a single wrinkle. A custom-tailored suit, gold-rimmed glasses resting on the bridge of my nose, left hand tucked into my trouser pocket, right hand holding a black leather briefcase. My face is strikingly handsome, but my presence is cold as iron. Not a single trace of spirit energy radiates from me. Nothing that marks an awakened. Who is that? Who allowed him up there? The headmaster snaps, his voice sharp. Several rank -3 guards from the Chu clan step forward immediately, glaring at me with undisguised hostility. I stop, raise a slender finger, and push up my gold-rimmed glasses. I don't bother with the hostile stares around me. Instead, I calmly look up at Chloe Chu, hovering in midair, and reach into my briefcase to pull out a yellowed parchment contract. Pardon the interruption, Miss Chu. My voice isn't loud, yet it carries across the entire plaza in an eerie, unnatural way, carrying a metallic weight that leaves no room for argument. I am the current head of the underground black market, Lin Yuan. 50 years ago, your grandfather Victor Chu pledged the entire Chu clan's fortune as collateral and borrowed a master-rank ice-type power core from the black marketus, your family's founding inheritance. The contract is written clearly in black and white. 50 years later, meaning today, the full amount is due, principal plus interest. The moment those words land, the massive plaza falls into a silence like death, then explodes into earth-shaking laughter. Ha! Ha ha ha! You don't even have a trace of rank -1 spirit energy on you. A mortal, trying to pull a scam on the Chu clan? Up in the air, Chloe looks down at me like she spotted a cockroach crawling out of a drain, her disgust impossible to hide. Chloe lets out a cold laugh and descends like a fairy drifting from the heavens, gliding to a stop in front of me. She reaches out with a snow-white hand and snatches the yellowed contract right out of my grip. Bone-chilling cold surges. The parchment freezes solid in an instant. Then crack. With the slightest flex of her fingers, the ice sculpture shatters. Shards of ice rain down across my suit. See that clearly? Chloe lifts her chin just slightly, her tone soaked in contempt. My gift is the sacred symbol of the Chu bloodline, and you come here waving some scrap of paper you picked up off the ground trying to shake us down? Then Chloe leans in close, dropping her voice to something low and vicious. Mortal. In this world, being weak is the original sin. She turns away with a sweep of arrogance, and flicks a subtle signal to the guards below, the meaning unmistakable: eliminate him completely. 4 peak rank 3 guards catch the order instantly. Kid, next life, open your eyes wider, the guard captain snarls. His rank 3 spirit energy erupts with a roar, his massive fist wrapped in scorching heat, driving mercilessly toward the back of my skull. No hesitation, no mercy. Much of the crowd squeezes their eyes shut, bracing for the brutal impact. But I don't move, not an inch. My back stays turned to the guards, and I simply watch the ice shards resting on my sleeve, my eyes carrying no anger, only absolute calm. The blazing fist is about to graze my hair, a razor's edge moment, when a cold, emotionless mechanical voice detonates inside my mind. Ding. Karmic debt collection system activated. Current debtor, Chloe Chu. Debt status, severely overdue, malicious destruction of contract, attempted assault on creditor, system ruling, resisting enforcement, breach of contract confirmed, collection authority unlocked, rank ignored, absolute suppression engaged, forced seizure authorized. Hearing the prompt in my mind, I raise one hand with perfect composure and lightly brush the ice shards off my sleeve. I glance at the closing fist, push up my gold-rimmed glasses, and click open the latch on my briefcase. Still resisting enforcement? Then I have no choice but to seize everything you own. Nobody. The guard captain's battle cry shakes the plaza as his concrete-shattering fist closes to within half an inch of the back of my head. But a low hum resonates, and a terrifying force of universal law explodes outward from me, surging in every direction. No earth-shattering blast of spirit energy, only a rule, ancient and absolute, born from the deepest core of the universe: debts must be repaid. It is the way of all things. Thud. The guard captain's fist freezes dead, 1 millimeter from my scalp, as if it slammed into an invisible wall. The guard captain's pupils shake. He forces every drop of spirit energy he has into that arm, but his hand is locked in midair, completely immovable. And worse, the flames wrapping his fist are dying outright before his eyes. I don't even turn around. I simply step forward, my long legs carrying me out from under my pressed trousers, my shoe landing on the jade floor with a crisp click. With that single, casual step, the 4 aggressive guards behind me drop as if a 10,000-ton mountain has crashed down on them. All 4 slammed to the ground, face down, every ounce of resistance gone, obliterated in an instant. The plaza goes dead silent. What just happened? He didn't use any spirit energy at all. The big shots watch in horror, as if someone's hands are closing around their own throats. Their faces drain of color. You dare make trouble on Chu Clan territory. You're asking to die. Absolute zero. Frozen throne. Chloe unleashes the full force of her SSS-rank power. Monstrous frost warps into a colossal ice dragon dozens of meters long, roaring as it surges to swallow me whole. Facing this world-ending strike, I smile. A smile with no warmth whatsoever. You're using my own collateral against me? I loosen my tie with one hand, and a razor edge of cold flashes through my eyes. Suit thug. Online. I walk straight into the roaring dragon, not flinching, not dodging. I raise my right hand, pale, slender. The moment the ice dragon is about to swallow me, my lips part slightly. Force execute. Words become law. The unstoppable SSS-rank ice dragon shatters the instant it touches my fingertips, dissolving into harmless snow that drifts in every direction. Chloe lets out a shriek of pure disbelief. Before she can even process what happened, I am already through the curtain of snow, standing right in front of her. Smack, my hand, adorned with a rose gold cufflink, closes ruthlessly around Chloe's throat, and I lift her into the air like she weighs nothing. Let go of me. Chloe struggles desperately, and real fear floods her eyes for the first time. Since you enjoy looking down on everyone, let me show you what it feels like to fall. My gaze is cold as a blade. Ding, forced stripping protocol initiated. From the void, more than a dozen chains erupt, blazing with black gold flames, bypassing all physical defenses, driving straight through Chloe's body and plunging deep into her soul. Not a mark on her skin, yet Chloe lets out a scream of unbearable agony. Before the horrified eyes of tens of thousands, a dazzling ice blue orb is wrenched out of Chloe's chest by those chains, the very core of absolute zero. As the core is ripped away, Chloe's aura collapses like a cliff giving way. Every drop of her spirit energy drained in the blink of an eye. Thud, I toss her aside like a piece of trash. My power, it's all gone. Chloe crumples into the mud, completely broken, sobbing without restraint. The entire crowd is stunned. A freshly awakened SSS-rank prodigy, stripped of her gift, completely destroyed in under 10 seconds. What kind of monstrous power is this? At this moment, I don't even glance at Chloe on the ground. I hold the SSS-rank core in one hand, studying it like the finest piece of collateral I've ever seen. Returning what's rightfully mine, I slap the orb into my own chest. Boom. A surge of power 10 times stronger than before explodes from within me. Within moments, I have fully absorbed absolute zero. Frost radiates outward from me in every direction, as if I am the one true emperor of ice and snow. I feel the power surging through me, draw in one slow breath of frozen air, and calmly retighten my tie. Then, I pull out a jet black calculator, my long slender fingers moving across the keys, as I look down at the weeping Chloe A. Cruel smile plays at the corner of my lips. Principal recovered. Now let's calculate 50 years of overdue interest. Each press of the calculator key sounds like Death's own countdown, landing hard on every single heart in the plaza. Tens of thousands stand frozen like statues, not one of them daring to breathe. A battle cry rips through the silence. The commander of the Chu Clan's hidden death squad, a rank 4 powerhouse, charges up the stage with bloodshot eyes. You arrogant fool! How dare you destroy my lady's gift? You will pay for this. At his roar, 30 fully armed elites pour out like a wolf pack, surrounding me in an instant. The rank -4 warrior unleashes his full pressure without restraint. The air itself groans under it. But facing this murderous force, I don't even lift an eyelid. My head stays down, fingers flying across the calculator, as if the overwhelming killing intent around me is nothing more than a light breeze. 50 years overdue. Per the black market compound interest protocol, my voice stays flat. You're about to die and you're still playing games. The death squad commander roars and drives his blade into a slashing arc. A strike aimed straight at me, cutting off every possible escape. And it is exactly in that instant that I press the equals key. Done. I raise my head slowly, the eyes behind my gold-rimmed glasses flashing with bone-deep cold. Without any warning, a crushing, physical wave of cold detonates outward from me in every direction. This is the dimensional reduction strike. The system's absolute suppression fused into raw cold. Crack, crack. Crack. The incoming slash freeze is dead, less than half an inch from my hair. Then the rank 4 commander's face locks up, his entire body turning into a crystal clear ice sculpture in 1,000th of a second. The 30 elites charging in all freeze with wide eyes. Slide the calculator into my pocket. My right hand rises slowly, index finger extending toward that ice sculpture, and I give it a gentle flick. Crack. A single sharp pop rings out. Before the horror-stricken crowd, the rank 4 commander doesn't even get to scream. He dissolves into a cloud of ice dust and drifts away on the wind. One hit kill. A merciless kill spanning 2 full rank tiers. How is this possible? The big shots and the very important person enforcement section gasp, their scalps going numb. Run! The remaining elites completely collapse, throwing down their weapons and turning to flee. Did I say you could leave? I push up my gold-rimmed glasses. My shoe taps the white marble floor, just barely. Rumble, countless ice pillars erupt from the ground, and all 30 elites are instantly trapped in ice, suspended in midair, unable to move, stripped of all resistance. Amid this frozen forest, my black suit remains spotless. Step across the shattered ice, each footstep clicking like a reaper's toll, closing the distance to the crumpled Chu. Chloe is caked in mud, staring up at this suited devil, her mental defenses completely shattered. Devil, you're a devil! She trembles violently. I ignore her breakdown, speaking in the calm, neutral tone of someone processing paperwork. Miss Chu, principal plus penalty fee plus late fee, totaling 100 million premium spirit stones. At that number, the big shots below suck in a sharp breath. This is just extortion with paperwork. I don't have that much, Chloe cries out in desperation. No money? I raise an eyebrow. Rules are rules. If your assets are insufficient to cover the debt, we proceed with bankruptcy liquidation. The words barely leave my mouth. Ding, debt restructuring clause triggered. An ancient parchment scroll materializes in my hand, radiating a dark black glow. I give my wrist a flick, and the soul servitude contract drops in front of Chloe. My voice drops to its coldest register. Sign it and become my servant, or I take your lifespan, tick one. No, I am the Chu clan's eldest daughter. I will never be anyone's servant. Chloe shakes her head desperately, eyes full of humiliation and madness. Backbone, good. I look down at her without a hint of anger. As a professional debt collector, a debtor's feelings are worth nothing. I check my watch. 1 year of lifespan equals 1,000 spirit stones. Since you refuse to sign, I'll be confiscating your entire lifespan. Call it a donation. I say it the way someone might swat away a fly. The moment the words land, the rule activates and the stripping force descends in an instant. Chloe lets out a piercing wail. Before the stunned crowd, her fair skin visibly withers before their eyes, her dark hair turning white and falling away in clumps. The fear of death washes over her like a freezing tide. I'll sign. Please stop. I don't want to die. Chloe breaks. When it comes down to it, dignity means nothing next to real death. She scrambles and crawls toward the contract, using every last ounce of strength to press her handprint into it. A low hum. The contract dissolves into a beam of black light that sinks into her forehead. At the same moment, I halt the lifespan drain. Ding. Soul servitude contract activated. Debtor Chloe Chu's status is forcibly converted to exclusive servant. Resetting appearance. Light flashes. Chloe's expensive awakening attire vanishes, replaced by a black and white servant's uniform, the symbol of total submission. The plaza falls into silence. Thousands watch the girl who was once a goddess kneeling at my feet, and something deeply unsettling stirs in every heart. Knocking a god down from their throne. What a ruthless, absolute domination. I don't spare her a second glance. I toss the heavy briefcase down in front of Chloe. Her body flinches hard. Tears of humiliation pour from her eyes like a broken dam, but the contract's grip leaves her no room for even a thought of resistance. She can only wrap her arms around the briefcase and haul herself to her feet, head bowed, standing obediently behind me. I push up my gold-rimmed glasses, pull out a black market ledger that glows with a faint dark light, and stroll through the frost-covered ground like I'm taking a leisurely walk in a park, flipping the ledger open. Let's see who the next lucky one is. My eyes scan across a name, and a cold smile curls at my lips. Victor Chu, current head of the Chu clan. Overdue since 55 years ago. That interest is going to hurt. I close the ledger, and under the stares of everyone around me, stares that hold awe like they've seen a ghost, I walk calmly down the awakening stage. Come, my servant. My voice drifts through the air. Time to collect from your grandfather. Half an hour later, Chu estate. Cold rain falls from a heavy sky. I hold a black umbrella in one hand, stepping through the puddles at an unhurried pace until I reach the heavy alloy gate. Behind me, Chloe stands in her drenched servant uniform, shivering. Inside the estate, several top officers and over 100 Chu clan powerhouses have laid out a trap behind that gate. Attention, deadbeats inside, I say toward the alloy gate in a voice like ice. Black market debt collection, open up. Silence from inside, only wave after wave of killing intent seeping through the metal. Not cooperating? I sigh and my eyes go cold in an instant. Bang! I snap my right leg up and drive my foot into that heavy gate with full force. Boom! A deafening, ground-shaking explosion, a blast-proof gate that even a Grand Master couldn't budge, crumbles under my casual kick like it's made of paper. It crashes flat to the ground. Dust and smoke explode outward. What madman D'Aresto forces way into Chu? Multiple deep battle cries tear into the sky. 5 Master-rank elders hover in mid-air. Hundreds of elites formed up behind them. The Grand Elder spots Chloe in her servant's uniform behind me at once, and his eyes nearly split with rage. Lunatic! You cripple our clan's prodigy and then dare to humiliate her like this. You will pay for this today. The Grand Master's savage pressure crashes down like a tsunami, aimed at crushing my organs on the spot. But I stand at the center of that pressure without a single hair out of place. I look up at the elders floating above me, the way someone might look at a few soon-to-be worthless checks. I hand my black umbrella to Chloe behind me, casually pop open 2 buttons on my black jacket to reveal the white shirt beneath, and face the courtyard full of powerhouses. I push up my gold-rimmed glasses and let a smile pull at the corner of my lips, a cold one. When a family owes a debt, everyone is liable. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to go bankrupt? Bankrupt? Ha ha ha, you arrogant child. That is the most absurd thing I've ever heard. The Grand Elder of the Chu clan laughs despite his rage. As a rank -6 Grandmaster, the number of people in all of Jiangnan City worthy of his attention can be counted on one hand, and yet, right now this reckless young man and a sweetie seriously threatening to bankrupt the entire Chu clan. You don't know how high the sky is, boy. You dare destroy our clan's prodigy, and today I will show you the wrath of a noble clan. The Grand Elder's hair and beard stand on end, his arms thrust upward. Boom! The spirit energy of a rank -6 Grandmaster erupts like a volcano, shooting straight into the sky. In an instant, an Asura avatar dozens of meters tall takes shape above the estate, blazing with fire. At the same moment, 4 rank -5 elders and hundreds of elite warriors all burst with spirit energy, forming a joint formation. Hundreds of streams of devastating spirit energy all pour into the Asura avatar. The heat is so extreme, the space itself warps and twists, and every raindrop evaporates into a vast white mist. For a moment, the Chu estate's pressure locks down the sky. Outside the gate, Chloe, holding my umbrella, though stripped of her own power, collapses to the ground under the weight of this world-ending pressure, her teeth chattering wildly. It's over. This is the clan protection formation. Her eyes are full of terror, knowing that even a rank 7 nation guardian marquis would have to fall back from this. But the shift comes in the very next second. Standing at the absolute center of the storm is simply raise one hand and gently pat the dust from my white shirt. I look up at the city-destroying Asura avatar as the inferno reflects in the lenses of my gold-rimmed glasses. Consuming, collateral without the creditor's approval incurs additional late fees. My voice stays in that same calm professional register. Then I issue a silent command in my mind. System detects debtor's family members using black market resources to violently resist enforcement. Initiating joint collection against all linked parties. Ding, command confirmed. Detecting that all present have benefited from a world tree fruit. Overdue for 50 years. Karmic chain locked. Joint liability established. Stripping protocol running at full power. Just as the Grand Elder laughs and raises the avatar to incinerate me, the sky tears open. A pitch-black crack stretching for miles. A terrifying force of law that ignores all rules comes crashing down. From that black rift pouring down like a storm. Thousands upon thousands of karmic chains blazing with black gold flames. Thud, thud, thud. These chains pass straight through the Asura avatar, straight through every spirit energy shield, and strike every single member of the Chu clan present directly in the chest. What is this? My spirit energy is draining. The Grand Elder's laughter freezes, replaced by boundless terror. He discovers with absolute horror that the spirit energy he spent 80 years cultivating is now pouring wildly through those chains. And not just him. Every elder, every one of the hundreds of Death Squad warriors, the moment the chains reach them, all collapse like boneless fish, dropping in waves across the ground, letting out anguished wails. Whoosh! Without spirit energy to hold it, the Asura avatar collapses like a punctured balloon, shattering into sparks that scatter in every direction. Formation broken in an instant. Dead silence. Amid a sea of groans, I stroll through the puddles into the Chu estate like I own the place. The estate is a complete wreck. I stop in front of a crumpled rank -4 Death Squad warrior, curl one slender finger, and pull out a pale green wind-type power core, dropping it into my palm. 3,000 spirit stones. Not enough. I shake my head and casually slap that core into my own chest. Boom! My aura surges in an instant. I break straight through to rank 3 Transcendent. I don't pause. Keep walking like an old farmer strolling through his own orchard, picking fruit. Rank 4 Fire type. Passable. Rank 5 Earth type. Not bad. With every step I take, another Chu clan powerhouse loses their power core. And with each core I absorb, my aura snowballs, growing stronger and stronger. Rank 4 commander level. Rank 5 master level. Peak rank 5. By the time I reach the Grand Elder, the spirit energy rolling off me is so dense it feels almost solid. The air itself seems to freeze into ice sculptures around me. Devil, you soul-eating devil. The Grand Elder is pinned flat to the ground, staring up at me like I'm a god standing above him, utterly terrified and humiliated. Devil? No, I'm just a lawful debt collector. I push up my gold-rimmed glasses, raise my spotless right shoe and bring it down hard on the Grand Elder's proud face. Thud. A dull impact. You can't touch me. My clan lord is a rank -8 sovereign, a royal of the military. If you harm me, he will make you beg for death. The Grand Elder rages and thrashes. Just then, a special communicator in his pocket blares with an urgent ringtone. 3 words flash on the screen. Victor Chu. I glance down and press down slightly harder with my foot. The Grand Elder lets out a scream and passes out from the pain. I lean down gracefully, pick up the communicator, and press the video answer button. The screen lights up, revealing a broad-shouldered old man in a grand python robe, commanding without even raising his voice. Victor Chu, rank -8 sovereign. He sees me, gold-rimmed glasses and all, with a background full of fallen Chu clan members. His pupils snap shut. Who are you? Where is my clan? What did you do to them? The killing intent of a rank -8 sovereign bleeds right through the screen. Facing that pressure, I smile. I tilt the camera slowly downward, focusing it on the Grand Elder's face crushed beneath my shoe. Who I am doesn't matter. I look at Victor Chu's rage-filled eyes and pull out the yellow debt note, holding it straight up to the camera. My voice is cold enough to cut bone. Lord Chu, your account is 55 years overdue. Since your people have chosen to resist enforcement, I have no choice but to seize all of your assets in Jiangnan City. Victor Chu stares at the debt note, his face draining white like he's seen a ghost. You're the one from the black market? No, that debt was already... Rules are rules. There is no room for negotiation. I cut him off without a second of courtesy, then raise my right foot. Under Victor Chu's horrified gaze, I bring it down, and the Grand Elder goes completely still. A rank 6 Grandmaster, finished on the spot. I pull out a clean white handkerchief and wipe the mud from my shoe, then look at the screen with a smile of absolute cold. Lord Chu. Enjoy your last moments. In 3 days, I'll come to you personally and seize every last one of your assets. Snap call ended. Jiangnan City, the underground black market. A place crawling with all kinds, packed with outlaws trading in illegal resources. Click, click, click. The crisp sound of my shoes strikes through a muddy alley. I've changed into a fresh, custom deep blue pinstripe suit, the signature leather briefcase in hand. And behind me, wearing a black collar, a maid's uniform, and carrying a document bag, the girl who was once the most celebrated beauty at the academy, Chloe Chu. Our appearance draws eyes immediately. Look at that maid. Isn't that Chloe Chu of the Chu clan? Someone recognizes her. The black market erupts. Dozens of stunned stares pierce her from every direction like needles. The soul servitude contract forces her to stay right on my heels. As the crowd begins to close in around us, I don't give them a single glance. I push up my gold-rimmed glasses. Just a sliver of my peak rank 5 master pressure leaks out, and instantly, the stone ground within 100 meters cracks like a spider's web, the bone-deep chill making hearts falter all around. A burly man who was sneering just moments ago as his knees buckle and drops to the floor, unable to get back up. Rank -5 master. The crowded street instantly parts to open a path, and every pair of eyes looking at me shifts completely. I ignore all the noise and walk straight into the underground auction house at the center of the black market, the top-tier private reception room. My, what a striking stranger, comes a teasing musical laugh. Scarlet Sue, the auction house's head broker, pushes through the door. Her figure is striking, her eyes bright and sharp. When she sees Chloe standing behind me, her eyes widen with shock she can't hide. She never imagined that the man who single-handedly dismantled the Chu clan is this composed, almost professorial young man in front of her. What brings such an honored guest to my humble auction house? Scarlet Sue sets aside any remaining contempt, her tone shifting to deep respect. I don't waste words. I settle directly into the leather sofa, cross my legs, and nod toward Chloe behind me. Chloe bites her lip with humiliation and dumps everything from the briefcase onto the crystal table with a loud clatter. Scarlet sucks in a sharp breath as she sees what's on the table. She goes rigid where she stands. The table is absolutely covered, packed with power cores of every type and rank glowing orb after orb. This is the Grand Elder of the Chu clan's rank 6 wind-type power core. Scarlet's voice trembles. Her mind is in pure terror. These low-grade cores are useless to me. They take up space. I lift my cup of Da Hong Pao tea and take a calm sip, my voice completely flat. Convert all of them to cash. I need a massive supply of supreme spirit stones, marrow cleansing pills, and spirit anchoring herbs as fast as possible. Scarlet swallows hard, bows a full 90 degrees and says, "Please wait. I will mobilize every resource in the black market to complete the exchange in less than half an hour." Scarlet respectfully holds out a storage ring. "Mr. Lin, inside are 10 million supreme spirit stones and a large quantity of top-tier resources. That is the absolute limit." Good. Efficient. I take the ring and activate the system's asset conversion function directly. The spirit stones and pills dissolve into a flood of pure spirit energy that surges into my body. Crack. The barrier shatters. My peak rank 5 cultivation locks into place. At the same moment, the system chimes. Ding. New authority unlocked for player. Cross rank. Judgment. Rule. When evidence is confirmed, you may ignore all defenses and forcibly eliminate any deadbeat or enabler up to 3 full rank tiers above your own. Listening to the prompt, a cold arc pulls at my lips. But then, just as I move to stand and leave, a massive explosion shakes the room. The reinforced door is blasted into fragments by heavy artillery fire, and over 100 fully armed city guard elites storm in. Heavy machine guns lock onto the private room instantly. Commander Wang strides in, clad in silver battle armor, a rank 6 early Grand Master and a devoted attack dog of the Chu clan. "Commander Wang!" Scarlet Sue's face goes white. She knows exactly how terrifying it is when official forces enter the picture. But Chloe, kneeling behind me, erupts with desperate joy. "Commander Wang, save me! Deal with him quickly, he's the devil who stole my power!" Through the smoke and dust, over 100 infrared targeting beams swarm like red fireflies, all locking onto me where I sit on the sofa. The aura of a rank 6 Grandmaster presses down hard on everyone in the room. Commander Wang glares down at me like he's looking at a dead man. "You dare destroy the Chu clan's prodigy, and now you're here fencing stolen goods. Get on your knees with your hands behind your head. Now. Resist, and I will put you down on the spot." Over 100 city guards rack their weapons in unison. Dark barrel after barrel aims straight at my face. Facing this killer capture situation, I don't kneel. I don't even uncross my legs. I reach over with perfect calm and pick up my Da Hong Pao tea from the table, blow gently on it, and take a slow, deliberate sip. Good tea. I set down the cup, push up my gold-rimmed glasses, and look at Commander Wang the way you'd look at someone who just said something profoundly stupid. "Fencing? Stolen goods? Commander Wang, before you go throwing accusations at people, I suggest you read up on the Daxia Empire's Debt Property Rights Act." I pull open my briefcase and draw out a stack of contract copies stamped with official red seals and drop them on the table. My voice stays completely level. Written clearly in black and white, the Chu clan defaulted on a debt in serious breach of contract. Every power core they carried is now lawful collateral belonging to me, Lin Yuan. I am disposing of my own legally held property. So how does that become illegal in your mouth? Do you even know what lawful debt collection means? Dead silence. Over 100 city guards exchange blank looks. Scarlet Sue's mind goes completely empty. She is convinced I've lost my mind. Ha! Ha ha ha! Lawful debt collection? Commander Wang freezes for 2 full seconds, then breaks into uncontrollable laughter. Then the killing intent spills out without restraint. "In Jiangnan City, Lord Chu's word is law, and this blade in my hand is justice. Since you want to do this the hard way, I'm charging you with resisting arrest and ending you right here." Shing. Commander Wang draws his alloy warblade. Rank -6 spirit energy floods into it. A violent wind rises. A terrifying slash over 10 meters long, carrying world-ending force, drives straight down at me. Scarlet squeezes her eyes shut in despair. Chloe watches with desperate anticipation, hungry to see me utterly destroyed. But the instant the slash is only 10 centimeters from the top of my head, ding. External force detected interfering with debt collection. Target identified as deadbeat enabler. Elimination authorized. Cross-rank judgment unlocked. Sitting on the sofa, a razor-cold smile curls at my lips. Don't even glance at the incoming slash eye. Raise my right hand with total ease and extend just 2 fingers. When the metallic crash rings out like a great bell, the shockwave shatters every piece of bulletproof glass in the room. When everyone forces their eyes open in shock, they see a sight they will never forget. Commander Wang's guaranteed kill strike, caught between 2 fingers, held effortlessly still, the blade shaking violently but unable to advance even a fraction. This is impossible. Commander Wang's voice cracks with terror. He cannot begin to understand how someone with only rank -5 energy can be this terrifying. I told you, I am lawful debt collection. I tilt my head up slightly from the sofa, the eyes behind my gold-rimmed glasses like a bottomless abyss. Since you insist on being an enabler for deadbeats, I have no choice but to send you to your grave. The words are barely out. Crack. I tighten my fingers just slightly. The supposedly indestructible rank 6 warblade snaps clean in 2. Then a streak of black gold law energy shoots from my fingertip, giving no time to react. Commander Wang's body goes rigid in an instant. A chilling mark appears between his brows. One hit, no chance to fight back. Thud. Commander Wang collapses, eyes wide open and staring at nothing. Outside, over 100 city guards who were untouchable moments ago are scared out of their minds, weapons clattering to the floor as they drop to their knees and kowtow frantically. Scarlet collapses onto the sofa, her gaze shifting to something close to worship. Chloe completely shatters, covering her mouth in despair. Not daring to make a sound. I rise slowly from the sofa, every movement unhurried and composed. Drip. A small drop of water splashes onto the collar of my white shirt. I frown slightly, draw out my handkerchief and dab it clean. Then I turn my head, my sharp gaze locking precisely onto the blinking red light off the official surveillance camera in the corner of the room. I allow a small smile, toss the used handkerchief casually to the floor, push up my gold-rimmed glasses, and address the camera in a tone of polished, unsettling courtesy. Lord Chu, your dog was misbehaving. I've handled it for you. Anyone else want to step up for a deadbeat? I'm Lin Yuan, and I'm always available. Jiangnan City. Tianqiong Tower, top floor, the most classified conference room in the city. The air inside is so heavy it feels like it could solidify into water. On the wide holographic projection screen, a clip is frozen on a single frame. Me, facing the camera, with a slight smile, casually dropping a red handkerchief. The young man on screen, impeccably suited gold-rimmed glasses, strikingly handsome, is me. But to every person seated in this room, at this moment, I am 10,000 times more terrifying than any demon from the abyss. Around the conference table sit 7 figures of commanding authority, every major noble clan in Jiangnan City, except the Chu clan, the remaining 7 lords of the 8 great clans. Any one of them could shake Jiangnan City to its core just by stomping a foot. The weakest among Themis peak rank -6. The strongest has reached a terrifying rank -7, and at the head of the table, a flickering projection radiating rank 8 pressure. Victor Chu, clan lord of the Chus, calling in from the capital. Even as just a projection, his wrinkled face is written over with rage he cannot hide, and unmistakable fear. You've all seen it. Victor Chu slams his palm on the virtual table, his voice hoarse as a broken bellows. This man who calls himself a black market debt collector, Lin Yuan, is a lawless savage. He didn't just destroy my Chu clan. He eliminated Commander Wang of the official city guard without breaking a sweat. If he can seize the Chu clan today, tomorrow he can seize any one of you sitting in this room. Those words land like a blade. All 7 clan lords go pale, cold sweat running freely. Why are they so afraid? Because deep down, every one of them knows. The reason these 8 great clans have their obscene wealth and towering cultivation todays, because decades ago, their ancestors borrowed reality-defying resources from that same underground black market. Simply put, every single one of them is a deadbeat. They are a deadbeat alliance, through and through. Then the powerfully built old man seated first on the left, crackling with purple lightning, slams to his feet. His name is Rex Lei, current head of the Lei clan, and Jiangnan City's undisputed second strongest, a rank 7 Grand Master. Lord Chu is right. Lightning erupts from Rex Lei's eyes, his savage pressure scorching the air with the smell of something burning. The black market has been quiet for 50 years. We thought that rotten debt was buried, and now some collector comes crawling out of the woodwork. Some kid barely past 20, and no matter what strange trick he's holding, he will not ride over us. Rex Lei roars with arrogance. The 7 great clans united plus Lord Chu's official backing. Crushing him is no harder than stepping on an ant. The other clan lords exchange glances, and one by one they snarl their agreement. Exactly. Strike first. Eliminate him. Burn every black market debt note, and this debt becomes completely unprovable. This man is ruthless and precise. We must bring everything we have, destroy him in the public narrative and on the battlefield. Victor Chu draws a long breath, a venomous light flashing in his eyes. Good. Since we are all aligned, activate the plan immediately. Use every channel to suppress the truth of his lawful collection. Shape him into a reckless criminal who endangers innocence. Rex, you lead personally rally every elite fighter from all 7 clans and scour the entire city. The moment you find him, activate the orbital weapons immediately. immediately. Level that entire block. He cannot survive the night. In less than half an hour, all of Jiangnan City erupts into chaos. Every holographic billboard lining every street and alley, every phone notification, every television broadcast, simultaneously hijacked by the highest level red alert. My face, cold and sharp, is blown up to massive scale. 3 words in blood red beside it, extremely dangerous. Emergency, broadcast. An extremely dangerous S-rank criminal, Lin Yuan, has appeared in Jiangnan City. This individual has brutally injured over 100 people without cause, and has ruthlessly eliminated the official city guard commander. A bounty of 1 billion Daxia coins and 3 high-rank Earth-rank combat techniques is now active. Citywide manhunt in effect. Anyone providing information will be rewarded with noble title and gold. The news anchor delivers it all in the most dramatic, panic-soaked voice possible, and releases several maliciously edited video clips. Clips that say nothing about unpaid debts, about any of it. The narrative machine roars like a tsunami, and within moments I become the city's most wanted enemy. At the same time, hundreds of fully armed spirit energy warships take to the sky, sealing every route out of Jiangnan City. Rex Lay himself takes command from the clouds above, his divine sense sweeping frantically across every corner of the city. The net is cast. But, at this very moment, at the absolute center of the storm, inside the sky-high floating restaurant, a gentle classical piano piece plays softly. I've rented out the entire restaurant. I've taken off my jacket, wearing only that spotless white shirt completely relaxed against the soft leather sofa, gazing quietly through the floor-to-ceiling windows at the glittering, neon-lit city stretching out below. Beside me, head broker Scarlet Sue cuts a prime Wagyu steak for me with trembling hands. Behind me, in her servant's uniform, Chloe kneels on the floor, holding a tray, her hands shaking as she pours a cup of premium Blue Mountain coffee. Mr. Lin, Scarlet stares out the window at the massive wanted posters plastered across the sky, and the warships blanketing the sky above, her voice shaking with fear. The 8 great clans of Jiangnan have formed an alliance. Rex Lay himself is out there with orbital weapons hunting for you. Shouldn't we run? She is convinced I'm completely insane. Wanted by the entire city, and I'm not hiding. I've rented out the most visible restaurant in the city to drink coffee. I pick up the freshly poured coffee, take a quiet sip, not a ripple in my eyes. Why would I run? A debt collector's job is to bring back every last coin owed. I set the cup down and pull from the briefcase beside me that thick yellowed black market ledger once more, the soft rustle of pages turning under my fingertips, my eyes settling on page 7. Outside, the whole city is in chaos, but I look like a top-tier actuary reviewing a quarterly report. After a moment, I look at Rex Lay raging across the holographic screen, and a cold, deeply amused smile pulls at the corner of my lips. Rex Lay, current head of the Lay clan. My slender fingers tap lightly on the ledger, the sound crisp and clear beneath the piano music. Overdue by 70 years. The interest on that is really something. I rise slowly from my seat, walk to the floor-to-ceiling window, and look down at the city below, tiny as an ant farm, the cold in my eyes no longer hidden at all. Calculated, the Lay clan's interest comes to exactly 1 Thunder Realm's worth of assets. Since he's in such a rush to find me tonight, I push up my gold-rimmed glasses, my presence expanding to full force. I'll start the liquidation with him. Outskirts of Jiangnan City, a heavily armored abandoned factory. The night is pitch black, wind howling, rain pouring in sheets as the wind screams through the rusting steel frames, drawing out a chilling wail. But tonight, the atmosphere here is suffocating. A cold so solid it freezes every raindrop within 5 miles into ice crystals. In the massive open space at the factory center, 3,000 fully armed clan elite stand like a flood of steel, sealing every exit without a gap. 18 heavy orbital spirit cannons, each worth hundreds of millions, are already fully charged, forming a crossfire net with no blind spots. At the top of the Iron Crane towers, figures radiate overwhelming power, looking down from above at the only entrance. Tonight, with the Chu clan already finished, the other 7 clan lords have come out in full force. Pet Peak rank 6, 1 at rank 7. A lineup this terrifying, paired with this firepower, even a rank 8 disaster beast charging in would be obliterated in seconds. Rex, isn't this setup a bit much for just one guy? The head of the Wang clan lets out a dismissive laugh. Sure, he has some strange trick up his sleeve, and he managed to blindside the Chu clan, but he's still one man. The moment he sets foot in here, we won't even need to move ourselves. 3,000 elites and those spirit cannons will grind him to dust. A lion uses full strength even against a rabbit, Rex Lay says, hands folded behind his back, purple lightning coiling around him. Proud and utterly self-assured. Anyone who dares threaten the interests of our alliance, I don't just want him dead, I want him nailed to the top of this factory and burned in lightning fire for 7 days and 7 nights. I want every soul in the Daxia Empire to know what happens when you anger the noble clans of Jiangnan. Several clan lords burst into laughter, as if they can already see me on my knees begging for mercy. Inside, a heavy armored command vehicle parked several hundred meters from the central clearing, Chloe is staring hard at the distant entrance. I ordered her to stay in the vehicle. Listening to the chaos outside, feeling the crushing pressure, a manic, unhinged joy ignites in Chloe's humiliation-soaked eyes. Yes, yes, she shakes with excitement. Lin Yuan, you arrogant maniac. You absolute lunatic. You actually dared to walk into this death trap alone. That is Rex Lay in there, a Thunder Grand Master who dominates this entire region. Clan lords and 3,000 elites on top of that. What do you think you can possibly do? You're finished. The moment you're blasted to dust, this cursed contract will dissolve on its own. Come on, just die already. And right at that moment, a crack of thunder tears through the sky. A piercing, jarring car horn cuts through the silence outside the factory gate. 3,000 elites hold their breath as one. Click, click, click. Countless weapons rack and load. The indicator lights on all 18 spirit cannons flip from green to red. He's here. Under the locked gaze of every person present, a plain black car eases to a stop in front of the flooded gate. The door swings open. A black straight-handle umbrella opens first through the mist. Then, a long leg in pressed trousers steps into a puddle with a clean splash. I'm still wearing that perfectly tailored deep blue pinstripe suit, gold-rimmed glasses on the bridge of my nose, left hand holding the umbrella, right hand carrying the heavy black leather briefcase. My expression is completely calm, like this is nothing more than an ordinary walk home from work. Click, click, click. I stroll in under my umbrella, right hand carrying the heavy black leather briefcase. My expression is completely calm, like this is nothing more than an ordinary walk home from work. Click, click, click. I stroll in under my umbrella, beneath 3,000 pairs of cold and terrified eyes, walking into the factory center like I own it. Flash. Hundreds of high-intensity searchlights snap on in an instant, their pale beams slicing through the night sky like blades, locking me in, exposing me completely, surrounded on all sides. Ha 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 ha! Lin Yuan, you actually came! Rexley's laughter erupts like a thunderclap. Look, around you, 3,000 elites, 18 spirit main cannons above and below. Every path leads to your death, you arrogant little debt collector. Tonight I will make you pay the price, and offer your end as tribute to the dignity of our clans. He throws his hand down, roaring. Formation, rise! A deep hum resonates, and across the ground, countless formation runes ignite, instantly weaving into an enormous cage that locks me at its exact center. The air turns impossibly thick. Even breathing feels like swallowing needles. Inside the armored vehicle, Chloe screams with excitement. He's trapped! Finish him now! But, standing at the absolute center of the storm, I don't even blink. Facing this world-ending setup, I calmly rest the black umbrella on my shoulder, raise my left hand, and pull back my sleeve. I glance at my Patek Philippe mechanical watch. The second hand is just past 12. I look out at the overwhelming cold closing in on all sides, and give a slight shake of my head, letting out a deeply resigned sigh. I raise my head slowly, and the eyes behind my gold-rimmed glasses suddenly flash with 2 rays colder than any ice. Originally, out of courtesy as valued clients, I was only going to collect the principal tonight. My voice is quiet, but with the system's authority behind it, it carries like the whisper of death itself, clear in every ear. But I push up my glasses, a refined smile curling at the corner of my lips. You deadbeats. Not only did you refuse to pay, you wasted a full 10 minutes of my valuable time. So now I have no choice but to add late fees. Outrageous. You're about to die and you still talk like this? Hearing the way I dismiss them like they don't matter, Rexley is completely unhinged. He is a rank 7 Thunder Grandmaster. In all of Jiangnan City, he is the absolute ruler. And yet this kid, barely registering rank 5, has the nerve to say they wasted his time. You won't cry until you see your coffin. I will show you right now what the fury of rank 7 looks like. Rexley lets out a furious roar and hurls himself from the 100-meter tower. Boom, boom, boom. As he falls, the entire sky above the factory transforms. The torrential rain is instantly vaporized by the searing heat, and dozens of purple lightning bolts as thick as barrels rage and writhe through the black clouds. My god, that's the domain prototype of a rank -7 warrior. He opened with his ultimate card. That kid won't even leave Ash. The 6 clan lords on the towers all suck in sharp breaths, their eyes a mix of awe and feverish excitement. Under the Thunder domain, the entire space within a kilometer is completely sealed. Rexley hangs in midair, a true god of thunder, eyes blazing with purple lightning, both hands driving downward with crushing force. 10,000 Thunder Prison, obliterate. Boom, boom, boom. Hundreds of devastating violet lightning bolts merge into a terrifying thunder dragon dozens of meters long. It roars and tears through the void, carrying enough destructive force to level the entire factory, and comes crashing straight down toward me. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Inside the armored vehicle, Chloe Chu trembles with excitement, tears streaming down her face. She can already picture the glorious sight of me being swallowed by the thunder dragon. Yes, just like that. Destroy him. But I'm standing directly beneath a thunder dragon, and I don't dodge. I don't even shift the angle of my umbrella. I stand perfectly still, listening to the system chime inside my mind. Threat detected. Debtor, Rexley has initiated a lethal attack. Debt ledger, page 7, overdue period, 70 years. Debt item, Thunder Realm Core. Behavior assessment, willful breach of contract, violent resistance, attempted grievous assault on the creditor, unforgivable. Maximum level joint sanction activated, cross-rank judgment authority unlocked. The thunder dragon is half a meter from my skull, and time freezes. No explosion, no smoke. Before 3,000 fighters, 6 clan heads and Chloe Chu, all of them wide-eyed with horror, I slowly raise my free right hand. No spirit energy, not a drop. Casually, I reach toward the lightning mass above, and grab at the air. Crack. A sound like shattering glass explodes through every soul in the room. That is the sound of a law breaking. The dragon that was raging just a moment ago goes limp in my grip like a snake seized by the throat, frozen solid in midair. Then Rexley watches in absolute horror as his prized rank 7 thunder domain, his greatest pride, pops like a soap bubble and shatters in an instant. This is impossible. Rexley lets out a devastating scream. He realizes in pure terror that his rank 7 thunder core, a century of brutal cultivation, is being ripped out of his body by a force he cannot resist. No, my power, my law. What are you doing to me, you monster? Rexley Lay's body convulses violently. In just 3 seconds, Jiangnan City's second strongest fighter withers at a terrifying speed, like a log drained of every drop of life. With a wet thud, a blazing mass of violet thunder core rips free from him across the air and lands in my palm. You borrowed an entire thunder realm from the black market, and this pitiful scrap of core is all you return? I stare at the crackling violet energy in my palm and shake my head in contempt. 70 years overdue. Your cultivation will have to cover the interest. The words are barely out of my mouth when my fingers snap shut. Bang! Suspended. In midair, Lay doesn't even manage a final word. His body detonates like a weathered sand sculpture, crumbling into ash that drifts away on the wind. One hit kill. Domain stripped. Life force drained. Rank boundary crossed. A rank 7 Grandmaster. Erased on the spot. Dead silence falls over the entire arena. Nothing but the rain hammering against the iron roof. The 6 clan heads who were laughing just moments ago stand there now with their mouths hanging open, shaking uncontrollably, every ounce of courage gone. He's a monster! Run! Run! The head of the Wang clan snaps back to reality first, shrieking hysterically, pouring every last bit of strength into his legs, spinning around and smashing straight through the tower wall in a blind sprint for his life. The other 5 clan heads collapse completely. Noble clan pride? In the face of a dimensional strike, it's nothing but a joke. Inside the armored vehicle, the wild excitement on Chloe Chu's face freezes solid. Her legs give out and she collapses to the floor of the cabin, weeping in despair. Boom! Don't even glance at the fleeing insects. I slam the rank 7 thunder core straight into my own chest. Crack, crack. The system converts it in an instant. The spirit energy barrier inside me surges. Rank 6 early stage, rank 6 mid stage, rank 6 peak. All in the blink of an eye. My aura explodes to a terrifying level. The driving rain evaporates 3 meters from my body, vaporized by sheer pressure. I stand bathed in world-ending lightning, leather briefcase still in hand. I turn around slowly. My eyes, sharp and deep, peer through my gold-rimmed glasses and look down at 3,000 broken scrambling noble clan elites below. I push my glasses up and let a calm smile curl at the corner of my mouth. Running already? The collection process has only just begun. Everyone line up, hand over your powers one by one. Run, run, split up. Inside the abandoned factory, the once unstoppable noble clan alliance falls apart completely. 6 peak rank, 6 clan heads scatter like stray dogs, burning through their core power in a frenzy, sprinting in 6 different directions. Lee, defeated, one-shotted, gone from the world entirely. A rank 7 Thunder Grandmaster couldn't survive a single move against me. Monster, you're not even human, you're an unstoppable war god. The head of the Wang clan sprints with his hair flying wild, glancing back in terror as he runs. If he can just get out of the factory and disappear into the city, he has a chance to survive. But I stand at the center of the storm. Without taking a single step, I simply push my gold-rimmed glasses up my nose, watching the fleeing figures, eyes turning ice cold. Without the creditor's permission, collateral cannot leave the collateral site. I slowly raise my right hand and snap my fingers in the air. Snap. Not loud, but it detonates like a warning bell in every runner's soul. System assessment. Mass collective debt evasion. Cross-rank judgment authority. Full coverage mode. Activated. The cracks in the sky split wide open. Tens of thousands of karmic chains blazing with black gold fire pour down from above like a storm, cascading from the heavens, ignoring space, ignoring speed, ignoring every defense. Thud, thud, thud. A series of heavy impacts and the fastest runner, the head of the Wang clan, jolts to a stop, a thick karmic chain driving clean through his back, pinning him in midair. And not just him, all 5 other clan heads, plus the 3,000 Death Squad warriors below who are about to scatter, are all chained and frozen in place. More than 3,000 people, suspended in a dense web of chains above the ground, thrashing desperately. The sight is breathtaking. Lin Yuan, Mr. Lin, I was wrong. Please, I'm begging you, spare me. The head of the Wang clan dangles in the air, feeling a century of cultivated power drain from his body, sobbing in sheer terror. I'll pay double. The Wang clan has hundreds of billions in assets, please let me live. Facing this groveling from a rank 6 Grandmaster, I simply pull out a white silk handkerchief and dust off a smudge, my voice perfectly calm. Sorry, my ledger doesn't accept counterfeit payment. The words land, and I clench my fist. Boom, boom, boom. Over 3,000 power cores, along with the cores of all 6 clan heads, are ripped free by force, bursting into torrents of streaming light that pour wildly into my body. Stripped of their cores, all 3,000 figures drop from the air, total annihilation. Every last one reduced to a powerless husk. And inside me, the spirit energy surges to a terrifying level. The peak rank 6 ceiling shatters in an instant. Crack. The sound of a breakthrough detonates inside me. Congratulations, player. Massive core absorption complete. Cultivation has officially broken through to rank 7. Nation Guardian Marquis. Rumble, rumble, rumble. In the moment of breakthrough, the sky over all of Jiangnan City changes color. Storm clouds churn for 100 miles in every direction. Crushing pressure sweeps across the entire city. My god, what is that? Someone in Jiangnan City just broke through to rank 7 Nation Guardian Marquis. Across the city, countless people drop to their knees in shock. In the mansions nearby, the big shots who had been watching surveillance feeds to see how I would die now stare at me on their screens, bathed in violet gold lightning, and fall into complete despair. One billionaire's glass shatters as it hits the floor. He slumps onto his sofa. He actually broke through to rank 7 right there. If before I was only operating through the system's rules, then now I am an unstoppable Nation Guardian level force in my own right. The entire upper class of Jiangnan City City is in shock. Every deadbeat in the city is suddenly very, very nervous. Back in the abandoned factory, the wind dies, the rain stops. I slowly open my eyes. Violet gold. Lightning flickers deep in my pupils. My suit is still perfectly pressed. Briefcase in hand, I walk toward the command vehicle with measured steps. The door swings open, and Chloe Chu crawls out. Every trace of her former arrogance gone. The delusion that I would be defeated, shattered. She kneels in the mud, her trembling hands lifting my spotless shoes, fawning and desperate. Master, I am your most loyal servant. You are a god. In front of me, every act of resistance is a joke. I glance down at her, reach out and pat her on the head. Then I lift my gaze north, toward the capital. Jiangnan City's small fry have been dealt with. Time to collect Lord Chu's interest. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, deep inside the Chu clan underground fortress in the capital. Snap. The holographic projection cuts off. Victor Chu, rank 8 sovereign, is gone pale as a sheet. His hands are shaking uncontrollably. The alliance is destroyed. Rex Lee, rank 7, one-shotted. That lunatic debt collector actually hit rank 7 in a single day. Victor Chu panics completely. He rushes to the safe, grabs the classified red phone and dials. The moment the line connects, he drops to his knees and screams, "Lord Divine Warlord, help me! That debt-collecting madman is coming for our lives." The capital. Chu Tower, 888 meters of skyscraper, wrapped tight in a terrifying spirit energy barrier. A peak rank 8 clan protection array, the Grand Sumeru Array, capable of withstanding the most devastating strikes. On the rooftop helipad, Victor Chu stands surrounded by his retainers, staring hard into the clouds. His forehead is drenched in sweat. He knows Lord Divine Warlord needs time to arrive, and I could descend at any moment, so he makes a desperate move, use the entire city's civilian population as leverage against me. "Are the live stream device ready?" he demands through gritted teeth. Forced broadcast pushed to the entire internet. Live viewers just crossed 1 billion, his butler reports. Victor Chu takes a deep breath, puts on a face of righteous grief, and steps in front of the camera, tears rolling down his cheeks. "People of the Daxia Empire, over these past 2 days, a lunatic named Lin Yuan has brutally crushed over 100 members of my Chu clan in Jiangnan City, all to seize a priceless treasure. I, Victor Chu, have spent my whole life defending the borders, earning merit in battle, donating hundreds of billions, and now I am to fall at the hands of this lunatic?" The moment those words land, 1 billion viewers, none of whom know anything about black market debt, see only a beloved old hero under threat. The comment section explodes. "Lin Yuan is a menace. Lord Chu is a national hero. Whoever touches him, I'll fight them myself. No matter how powerful you are, you can't just do whatever you want. Where's your conscience?" Watching the comments pour in, a cold serpentine gleam flashes through Victor Chu's eyes. This is public opinion. No matter how strong you are, dare you stand against the accusations of 1 billion people? Dare you erase a great philanthropist in front of the world? Just as the online outrage reaches its peak, the clouds above the capital split open. I step through the air, strolling like I own the place, descending slowly. Deep blue tailored suit, gold-rimmed glasses, black leather briefcase in hand, have arrived. "That's Lin Yuan!" The comment section explodes. Accusations hit their peak. Inside the array, Victor Chu spots me on the screen and forces a steady roar. "Lin Yuan, you finally show your face! My Chu clan's Grand Sumeru Array is bound to the spirit veins of 3 city blocks below. Force your way through it and millions of civilians will suffer when the veins snap. If you dare, try it. A vicious move, putting me on a moral chopping block." The comment section erupts. "That's despicable. If you make a move, you're the criminal." But, hovering in midair, I face Victor Chu's accusations and his rank 8 grand array without so much as a raised eyebrow. I push up my glasses and look at Victor Chu like I'm watching a clown perform. Philanthropist? Morality? Humanity? My voice, amplified by the system, cuts through the noise and reaches every corner of the internet. I shake my head in contempt. Doing charity with borrowed power? Building your legacy with other people's lives? Lord Chu, your morality is a bargain bin fraud. I have no interest in arguing with the deceived collectors. Rule: if action works, skip the speech. If you have evidence, throw it in their face. Since the whole world is watching, I let a mocking smile curl at the corner of my mouth and pull open the briefcase. Let me give the world a free lesson in the law. I hurl the black market master ledger into the air. System authority, full screen projection. A force beyond comprehension seizes control of every network on Earth. Every screen on the planet is forced to the ledger. Victor Chu's entry. Borrower, Victor Chu. Loan item, rank 8 world tree fruit. Collateral, 100 years of lifespan and heirs talents. Additional clause. Secretly and forcibly sacrifice the spirit veins and life force of 3,000 civilian stow. Activate the array as proof of transaction. Overdue period 50 years. Severe breach of contract. The entry comes with high-definition footage. A young Victor Chu, hungry for power, activating a devouring formation and forcibly stripping 3,000 civilians of their spirit energy and life force. In that moment, 1 billion viewers' rage turns to ice, replaced by pure shock and revulsion. This is the great philanthropist? A man who secretly slaughtered civilians for power. A fraud, a deadbeat. Boom. Public opinion detonates in reverse. This old snake is a complete hypocrite from start to finish. My grandfather, he was killed by this man? No, it's fabricated. Victor Chu's composure shatters. He crumples to the ground, shrieking, "It's fake. It's fabricated." I hover high above, staring down at him coldly, and flick my right hand toward the array. Cross rank, judgment, violent resistance, erase, crack. The Grand Sumeru Array, supposedly capable of withstanding any strike, fractures instantly under my casual flick, then detonates into a sky full of light rain. A silence like a held bullet. Every person on site and every one of the billion viewers holds their breath. In less than 3 seconds, the entire internet erupts. The sky projection loops the footage of Victor Chu stripping 3,000 civilians of their life force to power his array. The evidence is ironclad.public. Fury detonates. Viewers want Victor Chu liquidated on the spot. You're slandering me. With the array gone, Victor Chu's face twists into something ugly. 50 years of polished a second. Slander? I stand with one hand in my trouser pocket, eyes ice cold. The black market ledger is connected to the law of cause and effect. It never lies. I glance at my Patek Philippe watch and say calmly, your time is up. I'll fight you to the death. Victor Chu loses all reason and throws his full rank 8 sovereign power into a surge. The terrifying pressure of his rank 8 sovereign realm erupts without warning. Space tears. Chu Tower shakes violently. He transforms into a 100-meter avatar of raging spirit light, gripping a colossal blade, roaring as he swings it down at me. This single strike drains all spirit energy for 10 miles around. Good God. A rank 8 fighter's killing blow. Can he block it? 1 billion people hold their breath. Facing the destroying slash, I don't dodge. Instead, I look deeply, deeply disappointed. I shake my head. Using borrowed power to kill your creditor. Your stupidity is genuinely eye-opening. The blade is half a meter from my skull. Rank 8 debtor detected. Violent resistance. Cross-rank judgment authority unlocked. I slowly raise my right hand and press down on the massive avatar with absolute ease. Kneel. 2 words, like divine law spoken into existence. Bang. Crushing gravity slams down in an instant. The 100-meter avatar shudders and crumbles piece by piece, dissolving into a shower of light. Victor Chu's aura collapses. An irresistible force presses him down and drives him into the ground. Boom. The rooftop crater's more than 10 meters deep. A peerless rank 8 fighter, driven into the ground with one hand. The crowd hisses. 1 billion people's scalps go numb. What kind of monster are you? Click, click. I step through the air and descend slowly to the crater's edge. Victor Chu is badly broken, sprawled at the bottom of the crater, his face flooded with pure terror, drenched in cold sweat, gasping, desperately crawling backward. No. Please, spare me. I'll pay. I walk toward him, my shoes pressing down on concrete. My right hand closes on empty air, and a blade forged from black gold karmic law materializes in my grip. I already told you. I raise the judgment blade, my eyes without a single trace of mercy. My ledger does not accept counterfeit payment. Just as I'm about to drive the karmic judgment blade through Victor Chu's cultivation, rumble, rumble, something tears the sky open above the capital, ripped apart by an unimaginable force. 10,000 meters of pure golden light pour down like a waterfall. A vast commanding rank 9 divine voice detonates through heaven and earth with absolute authority. Insolent child, show mercy where mercy is possible. Stand down. Boom. The moment that divine voice crashes down, the world feels like someone has slammed a gravity switch. Tens of millions in the city, and 1 billion viewers watching their screens. Every pair of knees buckles at once. They all drop to the ground in waves. This is rank 9. This is the absolute domination of those who have entered the divine realm. I raise my eyes. Above the capital, within 10,000 meters of golden light, a 1,000-meter golden avatar sits cross-legged, 9 5-clawed golden dragons coiling around it. He hasn't even moved yet, and space for 100 miles is already cracking under the strain. My God, it's the rank 9 divine warlord, Lord Silas Shen, guardian of the nation. The entire internet ignites. To ordinary people, this old man is the sky itself. He is the law. Down in the crater, Victor Chu, who had been lying there with his eyes shut, waiting to die, lights up like a dog that just found a bone. Despite a body full of shattered bones, he screams up at the sky with everything he has. Lord Divine Warlord, save me. This monster is about to start a massacre. Suppress him quickly. The golden avatar above slowly opens its eyes. 2 beams of solid golden light, like searchlights, lock dead onto me at the crater's edge. A single look, and the gravity around me multiplies 100-fold. The Chu clan retainers nearby spray blood and are pinned to the ground, unable to move. But I, standing at the very center of the pressure, don't kneel. Not even the hem of my tailored suit stirs. Against the system's absolute domain, this so-called rank 9 pressure means nothing. The avatar speaks from high above, voice like a struck bronze bell, dripping with the condescending generosity of someone doing you a favor. I have reviewed your ledger. Victor Chu's live sacrifice of civilians? Yes, he is guilty, but that debt is 50 years old. He pauses, his tone growing even more commanding. For these 50 years he has held the northern border. His merits offset his crimes. Humanity grows weak. The Daxia Empire cannot afford to lose a rank 8 fighter. For the sake of all people, I am canceling this debt today. You, stand down. Humiliating. But by every normal logic, I'd have to swallow it. When Lord Divine Warlord speaks, who would dare move? Victor Chu bursts into wild laughter from the bottom of the crater. Here, that Lin Yuan, Lord Divine Warlord has spoken. My debt is cleared. You can't touch me. Ha 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 ha. Looking at Victor Chu's disgusting face, listening to that old man up there spout phrase after phrase about the greater good, I suddenly drop my head. My shoulders twitch slightly. A low rumbling laugh rolls out from my throat. Then it erupts, becoming a full unrestrained roar of laughter. Ha 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 ha. Elaw and push my glasses up. Then, the calm in my eyes detonates into a killing intent 100 times more vicious than anything a rank 9 divine warlord could produce. moves. Cancel the debt? I stare up at the sky, my voice amplified by the system's law like a thunderclap. Who the hell do you think you are? Coming here to void a black market debt? Dead. Silence. 10 billion hearts seize. He's actually pointing his finger at a rank 9 divine warlord and cursing him to his face. Silas Shen's avatar shudders violently. His voice drops to absolute zero. Insolent. You dare defy me? I will charge you with treason today. I don't have time for your bullshit. I cut him off with a line so brutal and so utterly dismissive it treats him as less than human. The raw, reckless energy of someone who has nothing left to lose. It jams the rest of that old man's sentence right back down his throat. Since you love talking about the greater good, then open your eyes and watch how I collect. Before the words have even finished, under Silas Shen's furious glare, amid the screaming shock of 1 billion people, I grip the black gold karmic judgment blade, aim it at Victor Chu's chest, and with no theatrics whatsoever, drive it in hard. Thud. The blade punches straight through his heart, pinning Victor Chu to the ground. He stares up with bloodshot eyes, unable to believe, even in his final moment, that I actually killed him in front of Lord Divine Warlord. Interest. Collected. My eyes stay ice cold. My knife hand twists. Boom. Victor Chu detonates on the spot. I rip out a blazing rank 8 core right in front of a rank 9 divine warlord, right in front of the entire internet, and I open my mouth and swallow it whole. The savage power detonates inside me like a nuclear bomb. My cultivation surges, rank 7 mid, rank 7 peak, half step rank 8. As the entire internet's worldview shatters completely, Silas Shen is shaking with rage, on the verge of unleashing divine punishment, when I slowly pull out a handkerchief and wipe the blood from my fingertips with elegant precision. Then, I reach into the leather briefcase and pull out the black market ledger, the one glowing with a faint red light, and open it to page 9. Look straight up into the heavens, a bone-chilling smile curling at my lips. I don't listen to the greater good, I only read debt contracts. Lord Divine Warlord, your payment deadline appears to have arrived. The whole world goes silent, like someone hit mute. Every mind goes blank. He just killed a rank 8 fighter, and now he's coming to collect from the Daxia Empire's one and only god? You want to die! Above the heavens, the avatar loses all control. The sky cracks open. A void rift tens of thousands of meters long splits across the sky above the capital. The weight of 100,000 mountains crashes into the earth. Every glass facade within 30 miles explodes to dust. The ground fractures wildly. Silas Shen's rank 9 true body breaks through its seal. A gray-robed elder descends through the air, and with every step he takes, space shudders violently. In 100 years, you are the first to dare. Silas Shen's eyes turn ice cold, the gaze of a man looking at a corpse. You think a few strange laws give you the right to challenge rank 9? Today I will show you what a true god looks like. He raises his hand, and a sphere of pure destruction law swells rapidly, moments from erasing me in half the capital, but I don't even glance at the sphere. I let out an impatient sigh and flip straight to page 1 of the ledger with my long bony fingers. A god? I push up my glasses. My eyes are pure contempt. 100 years ago you were nothing but a cripple in the slums of Jiangnan, a beggar with a crippled power, fighting stray dogs for scraps of food. Who on earth gave you the delusion that a rat who built his empire on unpaid debts has the right to call himself a god? The internet erupts. No one can believe it. Above, the serene, saintly face of Silas Shen twitches. A flash of deep guilt and murderous rage crosses his eyes. Spreading. Lies. Die. The destruction sphere crashes down. I told you, this is a public law lesson for the whole world. I rip page 1 from the ledger and fling it into the sky. System. Maximum authority. Karmic trace. Force broadcast to all. A force that transcends dimensions detonates. That rank 9 destruction sphere freezes in midair as if someone hit pause, completely locked in place. Then, on every screen and every sky projection in the world, the image shifts. 100 years ago, a limping young man, the spitting image of Silas Shen, is digging through a water bucket for scraps of sausage. On a stormy night, he kneels at the feet of the first-generation black market Master Day. Blood-red contract burns itself into every viewer's eyes. Lone item supreme treasure, the heart of the world. Collateral, Silas Shen's soul across all future lifetimes. To be repaid in 50 years. Breach of contract. Body and soul destroyed. The footage shifts again. 50 years ago, Silas Shen, now a celebrated hero, waits for the black market master to enter closed-door cultivation. Then he drives a poison blade into his benefactor's chest, face twisted with venom. Repay? I'm Silas Shen now. Why should I owe you anything? Die. The footage ends. All that remains in heaven and earth is the sound of ragged breathing. Faith has collapsed. The guardian god of the Daxia Empire is a treacherous deadbeat who murdered his own benefactor. The fury of the viewers reaches the heavens. Every gaze directed at Silas Shen holds nothing but pure hatred. Silence. All of you insects, shut your mouths. The last shred of his cover is torn away in public. Silas Shen snaps completely. The golden light around him detonates and shatters, replaced by thick, reeking black demonic energy. His face contorts like a demon's. He howls like a rabid dog. So what? So what if I killed him? If I kill you and slaughter everyone in this city, this karmic thread is buried forever. Rumble. The sky plunges into absolute darkness. A 10,000-meter Black Lotus demon avatar rises from the earth. Rank 9 ultimate technique. World-ending Black Lotus domain. Gravity surges 1,000-fold. Buildings snap. 1 million people spray blood. He is going to massacre the city. Despair falls over 1 billion people. A half-step rank 8. How can anyone stand against a peak rank 9 world to ending strike? But, at the very center of the storm, my eyes hold nothing but the cold indifference of someone looking at a dead object. Unhurried, I set the leather briefcase down on the rubble, then raise both hands. Click. I undo the first button of my suit. Click. The second, I strip off the tailored suit, toss it on the ground, loosen my tie, and push up my gold-rimmed glasses. The suit is for doing business with quality clients. My voice is quiet, but it cuts clean through the roar of the apocalypse. Since you've decided to throw everything aside, we go to the black market's final bankruptcy protocol. I raise my right hand, point straight at the massive black lotus descending from above, and speak words that make the laws of the world tremble. System, maximum judgment directive, forced bankruptcy liquidation, activate. Hum, time on Earth stops completely. Broken stones hang in the air, blood freezes in place. Then, a dimensional strike descends. My palm erupts in a torrent of black gold data that expands into a massive liquidation statement covering the entire sky. The black lotus crashes into the statement. No explosion, just a crackling static of corrupted code. Debtor's assets detected. Rank 9 black lotus, assessed value, negligible, executing operation, forced seizure, deducted against outstanding interest. Crack. Silas Shen's ultimate technique, refined through a century of brutal cultivation, dissolves like a pixelated mosaic drained of color, disintegrating into cascading code. This isn't a fight. This is an admin force deleting data from the back end. Absolute rule dominance. No. Impossible. What is this? Silas Shen's courage shatters completely. He spins and tries to tear open space to escape, but all space is locked. Every law he owns has stopped working. Bankruptcy proceedings initiated. Deadbeats cannot transfer assets. A ghost-like whisper rises from behind him. Silas Shen's skin crawls. He spins around, and I am already standing directly behind him. Lin Yuan, let's talk. I'll pay you back. A rank 9 divine warlord drops to his knees in midair, face covered in tears and snot. Faced with the dimensional strike of death, he reverts to that same pathetic beggar he once was. You can pay back my foot. Under the numb gaze of 1 billion people, I don't say another word. My right arm shoots forward. My bony, precise hand drives in like an emotionless surgical blade and punches straight through his indestructible rank 9 chest. Ah! Silas Shen lets out a devastating wail. Golden divine blood pours out in torrents. My 5 fingers slam shut inside his body, locking onto a crystal pulsing wildly with 7-colored divine light. The heart of the world. Divine blood splatters across my cheek, making my composed face look utterly savage. I lean in close to his ear, a cruel smile on my lips. What you borrowed was a heart. My arm wrenches outward. Now, return it. Principal and interest, accompanied by a sound that makes every scalp crawl. My long, pale arm, steady as a steel vice, drives deep into Silas Shen's chest and closes around a crystal the size of a fist, radiating 7-colored light, and crushes it in my palm. Supreme collateral, heart of the world, successfully extracted. The instant that heart leaves his body, a scream of absolute devastation erupts from Silas Shen's throat, the most hopeless cry in the world. The source of power that had accompanied him for a full century, the thing he treated as his very life and his faith, has been ripped from him by brute force. Rumble. As the heart of the world is stripped away, strange phenomena erupt across heaven and earth. The unstoppable rank 9 world-ending black lotus that had been looming over the capital shudders violently in midair, like a machine that has lost its core engine, for 3 long seconds, then detonates with a bang into endless black mist that fades into nothing. Then a torrential downpour falls without any warning from the sky, soaking the entire capital. It is the law of heaven itself weeping. No, please, give it back. That is my divine core. That is my life. In an instant, Silas Shen's body, still floating in the air, begins to deteriorate at a speed visible to the naked eye. A horrifying regression. The 9 rings of sacred golden light crack and shatter, one by one. His body, once like solid cast gold, goes dull and hollow in an instant, brittle as dead wood. His full head of black hair turns white as withered grass in under half a second. That once ethereal, saintly face erupts with age spots in an instant. Rank 9 peak. Rank 8. Rank 7. Rank 3. A powerless Shusk. Under the fixed, stunned gaze of 1 billion people across all of humanity, this once untouchable guardian of the Daxia Empire deflates like a punctured balloon. In just a few breaths, I have reduced him back to his original form. The broken wretch from 100 years ago, who couldn't even stand on his own 2 feet. Bang! Stripped of all spirit energy, white-haired, bone-thin Silas Shen drops like a dead branch, plummeting straight from the sky and slamming into the muddy rubble below. He heaves and gasps, his whole body convulsing like a man shaking a sieve, and in those eyes that once looked down on everything, there is nothing left but endless fear and despair. Silence, like death. 1 billion viewers worldwide, dozens of 5-star generals in the Daxia Empire's supreme command. Every single person loses the ability to speak at this moment. Lord Divine Warlord has been stripped. One move, just one move, and a rank 9 divine being has been drained of all power. That man called Lin Yuan, what kind of monster is he? But, at the scene in the capital, I don't even glance at Silas Shen on the ground. I hold the heart of the world in one hand, it radiates an overwhelming pressure, while the other hand produces a white handkerchief and wipes the trace of blood from my fingertip. My white shirt, spotless. My gold-rimmed glasses refract cold, sharp light. Elegance. Absolute elegance. I toss the handkerchief casually onto Silas Shen's bark-like aged face, my voice without a ripple. There are no gods in this world, only quality clients who pay on time, and deadbeats who must be liquidated. You stole 100 years of glory, time to wake up. Just as the worldview of every person online shatters completely, a piercing, maximum-level air defense alarm screams without warning across the entire capital. Maximum red alert. Warning, outer defense field of the capital has gone offline. Rank 9 pressure has dissipated. Rumble. Beneath beneath the wailing alarm, the earth shakes violently. Not an earthquake. It is hundreds of millions of massive creatures stampeding across the crust. Outside the capital, Thinless abyss, dormant for 50 full years, now boils over. The king-class beasts lurking in the deep dark, the instant they sense that Silas Shen's presence has completely vanished, let out roars of sheer excitement that shake the sky. At the edge of the horizon, a black tidal wave rises from earth to sky, a dense, sky-blotting mass of tens of millions of monstrous creatures. They charge toward the now unprotected capital in a wave unlike anything in history. It's a beast tide. A world-ending beast tide. My god, there are more than 10 SSS-rank beast kings at the front. The capital is finished. The viewers who were watching the live stream just seconds ago plunge into complete despair. And there, in the muddy rubble, stripped of his divine core, Silas Shen listens to the beast roars outside the city, and his aged face twists into something grotesque. He breaks into a hysterical, broken laugh. Ha 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 ha. Lin Yuan, you won. So what? You stripped my divine core, so what? For 50 years it was my presence that kept the abyss in check. Now that I'm finished, those monsters have nothing to fear. Silas Shen pours the very last of his strength into one final curse, eyes blazing with venomous hatred. Without me, every single one of the 30 million civilians in this city will die. The entire Daxia Empire will be buried with me. Lin Yuan, this is the price of your forced collection. Despair, bone-chilling, merciless despair, sweeps through the entire capital like an arctic blast. In the sky, outside the city, more than 10 colossal SSS-rank beast kings spread their sky-blotting bone wings wide, blasting devastating energy beams from their mouths and hammering the defense lines without mercy. Boom, boom, boom. Flames erupt into the sky. Humanity's most elite armored units crumble the moment they make contact with a SSS-rank beast king, obliterated in an instant. And so, the rage of 1 billion viewers and every civilian inside the capital that was directed at Silas Shen instantly turns into boundless fear and hatred aimed at me. Lin Yuan, it's all your fault. Why did you have to collect now? Even if you had to kill him, you could have waited until after he drove back the beast tide. Now Lord Divine Warlord is gone and we're all finished. You monster, you sacrificed all of humanity just to collect your debt. An avalanche of moral pressure buries me from every direction. Listening to the accusations pouring in from across the internet, Silas Shen, lying in the mud, laughs with increasing madness. You hear that, Lin Yuan? You stripped my power, and instead of a hero, you've become the villain of history. Ha ha ha. Come to hell with me. But, facing this avalanche of moral condemnation, facing the roaring contempt from outside the city walls, I stand on the high ground of the rubble, without a single trace of guilt or panic. Instead, a thoroughly absurd, cold smile curls at the corner of my mouth. Villain of history? I push my gold-rimmed glasses up my nose and look at all the fools screaming on their screens. Who told you that Silas Shen was ever your protector? I walk unhurriedly to the black leather briefcase and slowly pull the zipper open in front of the entire world. 50 years ago, Silas Shen, desperate to keep the heart of the world, and desperate to escape the hunt of the previous black market master, voluntarily signed a supplemental collateral agreemento, defer his repayment. My long fingers reach into the briefcase and pull out a parchment debt contract, glowing with an eerie golden light, stamped with a blinding seal. System authority, maximum global resolution. Let these fools take a good look. I hurl the parchment into the air, and it instantly expands into a golden proclamation board that blots out the entire sky over the capital. The moment its contents reflect in every viewer's eyes, the screaming insults cut off completely. Deferred payment collateral contract. Debtor Silas Shen. Collateral. The entire capital city of the Daxia Empire, including all 38 million people within the city walls. All spirit vein deposits. All immovable property. Terms from the moment this contract takes effect, the capital and all living beings within it are in full ownership of the black market. Silas Shen's so-called protection of the capital was, in fact, guarding collateral assets on behalf of the black market, not protecting civilians. The shock of that revelation hits every viewer like a sledgehammer to the chest. The truth, 50 years ago, this old man packaged the entire capital city and handed it over as collateral to the black market. He sold us. He pawned 30 million living people. Public opinion detonates again. There in the mud, Silas Shen's face goes white as paper, his greatest secret torn clean from him. I look down at him from above, reach out, and snap my fingers. Snap. Do you all see it clearly now? My voice carries absolute shameless certainty. According to the black market's final bankruptcy liquidation protocol, Silas Shen has breached his contract. Collateral is hereby seized by force. From this moment, this capital city, every single inch of ground within, is my private property. Right then, a world-shaking shriek comes from outside the city. A creature over 800 meters long, a SSS-rank world-ending thunder dragon, tears through the last line of defense and charges toward the capital in a storm of lightning, less than a kilometer from where I stand. But, I stand in the howling wind, slowly raising my left hand, looking at the heart of the world resting in my palm. My turf. My private property. When did it become acceptable for a few pieces of trash to come here and make noise? The word shave barely left my mouth when I pressed the heart of the world firmly into my own chest. Boom. Not absorbed, perfectly fused. System core Core completion protocol initiated. Breaking current dimensional limits. 100%. In an instant, a blinding 7-colored pillar of light erupts from my body and pierces the entire sky. Earth's spirit energy surges toward me like a flood gone mad. Crack, crack. Every ceiling of cultivation is crushed underfoot. The SSS-rank world-ending thunder dragon, charging straight at me, feels the shift in my presence and jolts to a stop mid-air, its enormous vertical pupils filling with absolute terror. A SSS-rank beast king, whimpering in mid-air like a frightened dog. I hover high above and slowly open my eyes. Supreme divine might beyond rank 9 radiates outward from me and blankets the entire Daxia Empire in an instant. I tilt my head slightly, looking at the beast tide outside the city, a cold curve at the corner of my mouth. Now, time to visit the divine realm and collect the repair bill for breaking my gate and wrecking my fence. When the SSS-rank world-ending thunder dragon, which had been diving straight at me, meets my eyes, those eyes flowing with a light of a billion stars, every scale on its body stands on end. It can feel the power inside me, the power to command the origin laws of the world itself. Rank 10, world sovereign. It lets out a desperate wail and tries with everything it has to turn and flee. But I hover in the sky, watching this colossal creature with cold indifference. You damaged my property, and now you want to leave? One hand in my trouser pocket, I spit out one word with total ease. Freeze. Absolute rule descends. The SSS-rank world-ending thunder dragon locks rigid in midair like an insect sealed in amber. The entire world's viewers draw a collective breath. It's frozen. Lin Yuan didn't even raise his hand. He used a single word and froze it in place. But this is only the beginning. Outside the capital, tens of millions of abyss beasts charge forward in a frenzy, less than 500 meters from the city walls. Silas Shen lets out a vicious shriek. Kill! Lin Yuan, no matter how strong you are, one person cannot hold back 10 million beasts. One person cannot hold. I glance down at Silas Shen from above, the way you'd look at an idiot. I slowly turn around to face the sky-filling tide of tens of millions of beasts. I extend one long, pale index finger and gently push my gold-rimmed glasses up my nose. System, ultimate authority, full map clear. The instant my fingertip touches the frame, an invisible rule wave that no eye can track radiates outward from me. This is not a physical attack. This is a dimensional strike. The next second, the invisible wave sweeps over the frozen thunder dragon above. That colossal creature doesn't let out a single cry. Its body crumbles piece by piece in a gentle breeze and vanishes into nothing in the blink of an eye. Then, the wave rolls over the charging beast army like a lawnmower. Beasts that were snarling and lunging a second before, gone the next second, turned to drifting ash. No explosion, only a soft, creeping rustle that makes the skin crawl. 3 seconds. Just 3 seconds. Tens of millions of beasts, all turn to ash. The land that was packed solid with beasts goes empty in an instant, clean and bare, a silence like death. The entire earth loses its voice at this moment. The top generals of the Daxia Empire, more than 10 of them, feel their knees buckle. They drop to the floor in front of their screens. They're gone. He pushed his glasses and wiped out the entire abyss beast population. The comment section ignites. A god. This is what a real god looks like. Silas Shen lies in the rubble, staring blankly at the empty land, his heart seizing in his chest. His eyes bulge, then his body convulses twice, and stops completely. This deadbeat, scared to death, literally. Light as a feather, I drift down and land on the battered city wall. Lord Sovereign. In this moment, every survivor in the city drops to the ground at once. 10 million people bow their heads, 30 million worship, but I only frown slightly and brush off my white shirt with a look of pure distaste. Then I bend down and pick up the deep blue tailored suit jacket and put it back on. The suit thug transforms back into the composed, refined professional. I unzip the briefcase, toss in the worn yellowed earth black market master ledger, then pull out a brand new ledger shimmering with starlight and open it. My voice is flat but entirely calm. Earth's accounts are settled. Now we look upward. Earth's catastrophe ends with a casual push of my glasses. The reconstruction work moves at an unbelievable pace. Not surprising, really, because everyone knows the city legally belongs to me now. Within half a month, I completely reconstruct the rules of the earth and establish a new order of karmic law. Anyone who wants to gain power must sign a contract. Dare to go overdue. Dare to default. And the karmic law will bring down a lightning tribulation and reduce them to ash. Earth has fully entered the black market era. At the heart of the capital, in the top floor of a newly built tower that pierces the clouds, I stand in my black tailored suit, holding a cup of premium Dahong Pao tea, looking out over the city below. Scarlet Sue steps up behind me. She is now the black market's chief representative for the Earth region. Current repayment rate, 100%. 3 ancient martial clans attempted to transfer assets. They were eliminated last night. Good work. I don't take the file. Take a quiet sip of tea. Master, is the tea still the right temperature? At that moment, a meek voice speaks up. A woman in a maid's dress, kneeling on the carpet, breathtakingly beautiful, is none other than Shloi Chu. After the Chu clan went bankrupt, she was ruled a permanent indentured servant for carrying an astronomical debt. Now she pours tea every single day. Chloe Chu steals a glance at my towering silhouette, biting her pale lips hard. If only she hadn't torn up the marriage contract, she would be the most honored consort of the world's sovereign. But now all she can do is kneel here in humiliation. Too hot. I don't even glance at her. I toss the teacup onto the carpet. Tea splashes across Chloe Chu's dress. She flinches violently, frantically wiping the carpet. I'm sorry, master. I'll make a fresh cup right away. Get out. 3 words cold as ice. Chloe Chu looks as if she's been pardoned from a death sentence. She scrambles out of the office on hands and knees. When silence returns to the room, I settle settle back into the executive chair. The system chimes. System core energy, full. Unlocking ultimate module, interstellar debt collection module, activated. Looking at this panel, a playful smile slowly curves at the corner of my mouth. The names on the list, terrifying divine kings who are also deadbeats, reflect in my lenses. A divine king 30,000 years overdue. A insect queen mother who owes 100 trillion crystals. These names, big enough to shatter the earth in fear, yet they ignite a blazing, unstoppable excitement in my eyes. A debt this massive, if I can't collect, the black market's year-end bonuses aren't getting paid. I spring to my feet, grab the leather briefcase packed with debt contracts, and without a second thought, raise one hand and slash through the air. Space tears open like worn cloth, ripped clean apart, and a space tunnel stretching into the infinite void materializes before me. Boss, are you leaving? Scarlet Sue, a mix of reluctance and awe. Earth is yours now. Anyone who'd rather die than pay. Follow the protocol. I pause at the edge of the space rift. Reach up and adjust my shirt collar with practiced precision, then straighten me tie. Beneath my gold-rimmed glasses, my eyes, flowing with the light of the stars, gaze into the vast and endless cosmos. A ruthless yet composed smile. Let's go. I hear the divine king of the Centaurus system has been 30,000 years overdue. I lift my briefcase, step 1 foot into the rift between the stars, and let my voice drift back slowly. This interest payment, I'm looking forward to it.